Welcome back to Red Dead Redemption 2. Today we're going to be covering the top 5 weapons you should be using in this amazing game. We're also going to be covering how to get these weapons early if available, so I hope you guys all enjoy this episode. Feel free to leave a like if you do find yourselves enjoying it. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this. Now, we're going to go ahead and start with revolvers. The best revolver you should be using is the glorious Schofield, and you can get this right off the bat once you get to Chapter 2, and we're going to cover that right now. Once you get to Valentine, you'll see the drugstore. Now, if you go to the very back of the drugstore, there's a window that you can look through to unlock this little side mission to rob the back business. Now, this is how you're going to get the Schofield revolver. What you need to do is rob the back room, and the storekeeper will take you down to the back. This will open up. You'll kill the 3 or 4 people in here, and then that little chest in the back corner has the Schofield revolver in it. This revolver has very high damage, range, fire rate, reload speed, and accuracy. There are other revolvers that may have higher fire rate or reload speed, but in general, this has the best all-around stats, and you can dual wield it if you so desire. The high damage, range, and accuracy of this weapon make it ideal for close to mid-range combat. The only way you can do a little bit better is maybe dual wielding the sawed-off shotgun. With the high reload speed of this weapon, you will be able to take out multiple enemies in quick succession without really having to worry about reloading in between because it goes so fast. The next weapon in the list is the volcanic pistol. You can buy this from any gunsmith once you get into Chapter 2. Although it is worse than the Schofield revolver, this is considered a pistol, which makes it in a tier of its own. Although if I were to be using any handheld weapon like this, I'd be using these Schofield revolvers over the volcanic pistol, but this is the best pistol that you can get in the game currently. Now we're finally getting to the repeaters. The best repeater you can get in the game currently is the Lancaster repeater, and you can get this very early in the game by doing a little side quest, which we'll cover right now. Now, to start this side quest, you're going to need to go to the town of Rhodes. It is southeast of Valentine, down towards the bottom of the map, and you're going to need to go to the outside of the gun store in this town. Now that we're here in Rhodes, what we need to do is we need to go to the right side of the gunsmith. As we walk over here, we're going to see somebody trapped underneath. Now, this is going to initiate a conversation with this prisoner, and just like the drugstore, it's going to initiate a side quest where we need to rob the basement of this business. Now, once the shop owner opens up the basement door and walks you downside, you're going to be greeted with a side story, but to the left is going to be a gun case. This case holds the Lancaster repeater. Now, I'd highly recommend sticking out for this quest because it is quite interesting, but regardless, this is the best repeater that you can get until the very, very end of the game. Not only does this weapon have incredibly high damage, range, accuracy, and reload speed, but it also has a 14-round clip. You can pretty much take out an entire town without even having to reload, and when you do, you can reload incredibly fast, which put this weapon in a tier of its own as being pretty much godly. This weapon's massive ammo reserves makes it an absolute beast when you're horseback and needing to take out a ton of people, and is certainly my go-to weapon for defending myself while on horseback because you can take out so many people, especially if you have Deadeye available. It's just incredibly deadly, and I highly recommend it if you need to defend yourself while on horseback. This next one was really difficult to decide, the pump-action shotgun or the semi-auto shotgun. I had to give the winner to the semi-auto because it does have more range, fire rate, and accuracy, which I deem really important, and the rest of these stats are incredibly close. The pump action does have slightly more damage, but it's offset by the lower fire rate. Now we also have increased accuracy on the semi-auto shotgun, which I think makes it just a little bit better. Now, there is one huge difference between these two weapons too, and that is the hip fire rate. Now let's go ahead and start off with the pump action shotgun firing from the hip, and you can see the difference really quick here when we switch to the semi-auto. It is insane. So much faster when firing from the hip. Now, the difference is almost unnoticeable when firing, aiming down the sights. But regardless, if you're firing from the hip, which you're doing a lot with a shotgun, the semi-auto is a huge advantage. To get the semi-automatic shotgun early in the game, you need to go to a point west of Valentine and north of Strawberry, a little place called Watson's Cabin. Once here, you're going to want to go ahead and head inside. There's going to be an old lady that will greet you, and she recognizes you as somebody who's supposed to be here. Now, you can go ahead and just wander on down to the back, and she's got a basement on the back right corner of the house. If you go ahead and head through here and down, you're going to be able to find the semi-automatic shotgun in a gun case on the shelf. If you go ahead and open this up, you'll be able to get the weapon. Now, if you hang around the cabin for a while, something interesting will happen, so feel free to do so if your heart desires. But regardless, you've got yourself a pretty nice weapon. This is great for close to medium range combat, although the Litchfield repeater is a little bit better depending on the quarters that you're fighting in. But if you are in very close quarters, the shotgun is truly amazing and is definitely going to be something you want in your arsenal, especially considering you can get it very early in the game. Now, it is also amazing while horseback, and it's one of my go-tos depending on what we're doing, but it's really great being able to just completely devastate an army of law enforcement coming after you with a shotgun. And it works really, really well. Now, the Litchfield repeater is a little bit better, in my opinion, while on horseback, mainly because the amount of ammo that you have. You have to be a little bit more careful with your shots with the semi-automatic shotgun, but all in all, it's still a really great weapon. Now, the last weapon on the list is the bolt-action rifle. You can't get this until Chapter 3 during Preaching Forgiveness as he went. It's also available at all gunsmiths after that particular quest, but it is a particularly good rifle. It was a bit of a hard decision going between the bolt-action rifle and the rolling block. Now, I decided to go with the bolt-action rifle because both the rolling block and the bolt-action can kill with one bullet to the chest. So the extra damage really doesn't matter all that much on the rolling block unless you're maybe hunting large animals, but the extra fire rate and reload speed on the bolt-action rifle makes it just a little bit better. The bolt-action rifle is definitely meant for long-range fights, but it is actually pretty good in the medium to long-range vicinities as well. Its really high damage allows you to hit pretty much anywhere on the body at medium to close range and get a one-shot kill. Unfortunately, the low clip amount and reload speed makes it particularly ineffective when compared to something like one of the repeaters, handguns, or shotguns. One of my most favorite things to do with this rifle is run away with the horse and then come to a skidding stop, turn around, and murder everyone behind me. It's particularly effective, and at medium range, this weapon is incredibly deadly. Now, I will show you the fall off in damage as the range goes farther out, and you will have to start aiming for headshots. Now, about medium range, you can shoot anyone in the chest for a one-shot, but even just a little bit farther, a chest shot will not work. You can even shoot him in the neck and it doesn't count. I think if you get shot in the neck by anything, it should be a one-shot, but regardless, it's still a pretty darn good weapon, but at long ranges, the damage does fall off considerably, so just keep that in mind. The rolling block rifle may be better if you're going for chest shots at long range. Now, aside from that, that is all we've got for today's episode. I hope you all enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new to the channel and you want to see more Red Dead Redemption 2 content, don't forget to subscribe. And if you feel like doing me a kindness and you enjoyed the video, don't forget to share your support and smash that like button. We'll see you all in the next one.